Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where we are back in Ultima Thul to do some side quests. So, currently we are with Eon. So, Root. Final words? Final thoughts?
I have a question, one that can only be answered by a being of flesh and bone. Will you hear it?
Sure.
Thank you. Before I ask, however, I require that you learn more of my kind, lest your answer be senseless and vapid. You can come to know us through our final words, or alas, you cannot comprehend them in your corporeal form. Thus, I shall temporarily free you from your body, allowing you to perceive as we air do. Please indicate that you are ready to shuffle off your mortal coil.
Yeah.
I will. After you've been liberated, I ask that you read 3 epitaphs ever returning to me. Please brace yourself, as there is recorded evidence that this may feel weird.
I grasp eternity, yet I hold only loss. If forever has an end, why has it not come? With no future, we turn to the past, knowing none have returned to our present. We are the dead end. We fought to go beyond our star. We fought to go beyond our dimension. We fought for nothing.
You read them? This well, however, you have yet to look upon the most important text. Please seek it in the charming wooded area outside our home.
The price of eternity is joy. Its gift, unending sorrow.
So you have read all that is left behind? Those inscriptions were written by the first of our kind. The first to know the pinnacle of enlightenment. And the first to know the depths of despair. They prepared you to answer my question. As someone bound to a corporeal form, do you think there's hope to be found in life?
The only way to know is to keep living.
Fascinating. Though your flesh is spongy and weak, it gives you the strength to live in pursuit of hope. That was edifying. Creatures of flesh enjoy shiny tokens, do they not? Please, have some as thanks. Ah yes, I shall return you to your body, as it seems you are fond of it.
Both Book is whispering to themselves anxiously.
Oh, hello. Forgive me. I'm distracted. I don't think we would have evolved beyond fear, knowing what we do. But I must confess that I'm rather frightened at the prospect of losing who I am. Not in a physical sense, of course, as we have transcended our corporeal forms. We do, however, feel the gradual corrosion of our minds. Our memories. That which makes us, so to speak. There are ways, however, to slow this inevitable process. One such method is to come in contact with another, to confirm with each other our defining qualities. Therein lies my dilemma, for you see, a friend most dear to me is missing, and I fear the absence will only quicken their own passing into nothingness. It would mean much to me if you could help me find him. Should they be so far gone as to meet you with hostility, please subdue them and return them to me. Here, you can use this to bind their essence to a retrievable form. There may yet be hope. They enjoyed taking contemplative strolls at a once scenic spot on the opposite edge of his landmass. Even their memories fade. It's like we have a drift in that direction.
Expensive one. Psychosuppressive rope.
I've searched throughout the abode, but my companion is nowhere to be found. I wonder if it's too late. The poor thing. To think they were so far gone. Still, I'm glad you were able to find them. This will now allow me to absorb what remains of their mind into my own. There's no cause for alarm. The procedure should have negligible effect on my faculties. If my friend can no longer recognize me, I have no choice but to become host for the memories they themselves can no longer recall. These visions, yes. These are my friends' memories. They have grown faint with the loss of their owner's identity, but they have not yet dissipated completely. And what's this? Yes, they still have memories of me. Dim as they are, they now serve to remind me of who I, myself, once was. And yet, as the memories come together, the identity of this Bob Bok begins to flicker and waver. Yes, I must speak the final words that will become my epitaph while I am able. Fortunately, there's someone here who will remember them for me.
Me?
Uh-huh. In my final moments, I must define myself. I would call myself a realist. Others would call me coward. Which am I to believe as I become one with the void? And in the end, does it matter? Yes, that should do. That said, I feel most peculiar. I'm not of one mind now, but two. And oof, I'm not even sure those words I recited were my own. All I know is that these words reflect the me that exists now. For I, standing before you, that recite them. And even if one day my identity should dissipate, these words will remain with you as a vestige to what I once was. That is of some comfort to me, for no one should be forgotten, even if they forgot themselves. I hope your own memories will live on long within you, and within those who have shared this experience with you.
Jadach? Come back to us.
Fleshy one, come hither. I have a task of some import I would entrust to you. Why not? It should be well within your capabilities. You see, I wish to summon back one of my fellow heir who lingers at the gate to the beyond. To what end they wait I do not know. What I do know is that if they do not return to us, their spirit will eventually unravel, leaving nothing but a wandering entity like those on the outside. And so I would ask you to summon them back to our abode before they are consigned to such a fate. Can you do this for me?
Yo, I can do.
I'm much obliged. Simply make for the gate and call out to my friend. Might I suggest a variant of a traditional air beckoning? Allow me to demonstrate. Ahem. Is that a beckoning I hear? The timbre of your cooing sounded rather dull. Anyhow, if it is I you seek, you will find me to the north of where you stand.
Lingering air.
Are you the one who summoned me? I wonder why his voice sounded so strange with that fleshy body of yours. I've not seen your kind before. Might you have come here from afar?
Pretty much, yeah?
I see, then you must feel very privileged to have stumbled upon us. This gate here serves as the ingress to our bastion of enlightenment. All who come from afar to seek such knowledge must pass through. I have stood here for so long, expecting a visitor. Perhaps it's you for whom I have waited. I could see myself ready to greet someone from another world. But why do you come to us now at this moment? And why from the village, not toward? Your friend asked me to look for you. Oh, did they now? This is an unexpected development. In any event, I was waiting for someone, and that someone has come. There's no need to wait further. Let the dog be assured that I shall return anon. I'm pleased to inform you that our friend has returned, and our debates are more amusing for it. It seems I was wise to enlist the help of an outsider. As you may be aware, this settlement was originally conceived as a place where we might explore and one day solve the mysteries of our universe. Many here made the pilgrimage here to contribute to this great cause. Oh, how little we knew. As such, it's not uncommon for someone to wait at the gates for a guest. Tradition, really. However, my friend, for whatever reason, waited overly long, so long their spirit remembers the act itself, but they have no memory of who they wish to meet there. Now that you have come for them, I feel that they have fulfilled what they set out to do. They've been set free from the lingering thought that bound them. At any rate, I'm grateful to you for returning my friend to our rank. Here, I would offer this as token of thanks. Furthermore, I'm relieved you were able to make the beckoning call in the right tone. If you had cued instead of cooed, it would have been equivalent to telling me their mind was as empty as a hollow crater, and I doubt it would have been amused.
The thief. Eat like an air.
Words cannot express my gratitude to you, traveler, as it is thanks to you that I now remember the wonderfully unpleasant pangs of hunger. It is truly a blessing. And since you are here, allow me to ask you a question. Have you perhaps come across an heir at the very edge of a land, gazing vacantly into the great beyond? I would like them to join me for dinner, if I may trouble you to ask. Yes, what do you want from me, stranger? What is this food you speak? Oh, yes, I do believe I'm beginning to remember. Victuals, sustenance. That said, your unusual appearance suggests to me that our concept of what constitutes a meal differ greatly. Pray tell, do you enjoy the act of eating?
If it tastes good, sure.
Intriguing. What precisely constitutes something tasting good? I surmise it means that it evokes feelings of pleasure within you. I too wish I could experience this concept of taste for myself. Sadly, in my current state, such things are not possible. But perhaps you might briefly lend me a corporeal form of experience? I promise that I will give it back once my curiosity is sated.
Nope.
Well, you cannot blame me for asking, but it's no matter. I shall take it by force.
Sorry, we only do what in the tribal quests here. The Allied Society quests for the Omicrons. Well, I think we don't borrow the body, we record the feelings of tasting. So, your friend attacked me, and I was forced to slay him.
You have returned, and yet you wear a troubled expression. Did something amiss happen out there on your travels? Oh dear, to think the man had already deteriorated to such an extent. I knew the mental decline had progressed, and I had been worrying they would eventually go mad and drift away. I'd hoped the memories of a good meal could bring them back to us, but to attempt to rob someone of their physical form like that would seem only well beyond my reach. I'm quite sorry for having to force you into such an uncomfortable position, as well as the unceremonious way in which you were treated by one of our own. Here, pray accept as a token of my most sincere apologies.
Anxious air.
Still no response. One of only scattered to the wind. It would be ever so unfortunate, you see? My, what a large cranial dome you have, and an impeccable timing. My esteemed colleague often holds council at their home here, but they have not emerged in quite some time. Perhaps you could pay a visit and see what the trouble may be? Leave me with nothing left.
The anguished groan of the air are resonating in your head. Tell the anxious air you were able to find remnants of her friend's thoughts.
I see. If they mean to melodramatically evanesce into the abyss in the comfort of their own home, then I ought to respect their wishes. And yet I feel the need to be selfish and keep them here to confabulate further on such views. Yes, I shall have to talk them out of it. For that I shall need your help once more, large-headed but wholly capable stranger. Could you fetch me a neurological sinew from an other one? You should find them wandering about the wellspring of a bread. But it's no use. The walls of a humble abode are far too thick for my telepathy to penetrate. Did you bring me a sinew?
This mass of nerve tissue, procured from another one, still pulsates unsettlingly in your hand.
Perfect. This zigzagging fibrous cord is exactly what I need to amplify my empathy. These two extinguish quickly, but it should be enough for me to rile my friend with some provocative persiflage. A moment, please. My mind still smarts. Your worn-out shape was bad enough, but did you have to shock me as well? I'd entirely forgotten that despite coming from a dumb beast, the neurological sinew from the other one would still transmit its last jolting thought. The killing blow you dealt it. Yes, well, it was enough to traumatize me back into this plane. That much is certain. I think I shall take a stroll around the plaza to rid myself of that unpleasant sensation. Good day. My friend always is a bit melodramatic in their conduct, but I do believe I will have to keep a closer eye on them from now on. Aside from their close call with dispersion, they are showing other signs that they are losing their faculties. We have a friendship that spans millennia. We can stand and wait a bit longer until the void takes us all. It would be dreadfully boring without their curt, fatalistic commentary. That being said, I shall make for the plaza as well. If I somehow manage to careen toward the Electrician tank, I shall be very irritated. Oh, and I do very much appreciate your assistance. I do not have much to offer, but I hope this shall suffice. Thank you for saving my friend's life.
Alright, that was it for the heirs area. We have a dragons left. That once rang clear. Little wanderer, hast thou the courage to ken what awaits beyond this oasis? My kin, twisted body and soul, turned to ash, all long since rotted underneath. Wilt thou venture amidst these horrors to see if our brother yet stands? Never has he moved from his place of mourning, ere his consort was thus entombed. Would that I could bring him the solace of a gentle touch, but I dare not seek him now. Shouldst thou wish it, thou shalt know him by the pallor of a forsaken. The dragon, like so many others, is mired in his own grief. You may draw his attention if you pet him gently, as Cole Allaire suggested. Thy gentle caress, like unto the warmth of more joyous times. Thou art not of my kind, why hast thou come? So he has not yet forgotten me. I pity him. At times I wonder if my love does pity me in turn, all of us unchanging, unable to be reborn. Yet if naught else remains of us, we have memory. Thus do I remain beside my beloved through 1,000 quiet moments. Forever. There's a better way to honor your love. Weave a song. Thou believest I need not languish in silence? Perhaps you are correct. My beloved was generous, noble, took much joy in our skies. None is more deserving of a proud melody. I have not the strength to weave it in this moment, but perhaps in time. I thank thee for guiding me aright. How fareth my kin? I see. But what wiser than one knows, for our brother was once renowned for his thirst. It would be an honor and a joy to hear his voice raised in song again. Perhaps when next you return, thou shalt hear it as well. Sailosk. Stars like gems. Traveler, thy coming has stirred a longing in me. From where I behold naught but a desolate waste. A perhaps life does persist beyond my ken. The smallest of creatures, or but a single budding blossom. It may remain ever beyond my reach, for these wounds of mine heal not with time. Yet I would know of them. I would know if any cause for hope lingers still upon our star. Why are we picking those? The land is barren as far as the eye can see. No life is to be found here. Dost thou return with glad tidings? Not really. Flowers, a joyous sight. Are there more whence this came? Didst thou find a frightened foes or a splendid field? Naught but the barren expanse. 'Tis as I feared. To see it now, canst thou even imagine how our star once teemed with life? How it flows beneath golden sun and a trio of moons? Stars, shining like gemstones in the night. My brethren and I love naught more than to soar amidst the clouds of green, teaching our eager hatchlings with the light of a hunt. These flowers once grew up on the mountain tops there, high among the clouds, so small that they seemed to us their fruit better suited to feeding our star's tiniest creatures. We rarely had a single blossom any might. Yet together, vying with the turn of the seasons, they were breathtaking. Would that I could return to appreciate the sight as we should have been. I had nearly forgotten what our world once was. Would may never be so again. Thou hast my gratitude for returning to me these precious memories. Loud and proud. Ere the mechanical menace ascended, the spring before it was clear as the purest glass. Now behold the vile blight upon it. Shall we do nothing, naught shall remain save poison and black ash. Alas, my roar no longer rings loud enough to cleanse these waters, and my Kinya fare little better. Yet at times I hearken unto a faraway call, strong and resounding. Though I know not whence it cometh, wouldst thou seek its source, that our wellspring might be saved? Bloodthirsty Dragon. I would not fain waste mine energies on thy lost cause, mortal. Begun with thee, and will findest thyself betwixt my teeth. Apologies, I was unaware I was addressing a dragonet. Thou dost wish to be devoured? With my peerless war shall I demonstrate the futility of thy pursuit, then seal with despair upon my countenance when thou art forced to admit defeat. Get thee a strike my back, I cannot abide watching my stunted limbs struggle. The water rippled slightly, but you are unable to detect any significant changes. Now, dost thou ken my wisdom? We may attempt another angle, shouldst thou first for greater despair. The spring appears slightly clearer for a moment, but you are unable to detect any significant changes. Admit thy defeat. This spring shall never regain its lost splendor. For if thy tale be true, thou art not the only fool in need of his lesson. Let us speak of that old worm. Mayhap it was too much to ask that these waters should run clear once more. Thou shouldst know such dreams are folly. To live is one matter, but to hope is not so futile as thou wouldst believe. Hearken closely. I drank of the spring not moments ago. Though the difference be slight, the taste is less brackish than before. Thine actions were not wasted. Thou sought to restore to its crystalline state by aspirations of faith and sooth. However, I suppose 'tis proof enough that my raw still possesses great power, despite the darkness that consumeth me. In that sense, perhaps thou art correct that some good resulted from mine efforts. And thine, morsel. For any change, no matter how small, I am grateful. To recall the taste of pure water once more, and to know that we yet have the power to fight our decline. Others shall doubtless be heartened. Keep thine ears open, for one day thou may hearken unto a chorus of dragon roars. Maybe one day. I sense the power of one of my kin upon me, that of a great worm long departed from our star. Our gaze falleth not upon thee now. Midgard Thorma, and that's the name by which my kind know him. Long ago he left us, fleeing our home with his children. From thy presence I surmised that his decision was the right one. Some yet wish they had chosen the same path, though such regrets availed them not. Nevertheless, tales of thy star may divert them from their anguish for a time. Seek those who would hear thee in Rea Tara, unto the vitrified isle tiny mortal. The great worm at the deep of the star? Yes, I remember him well. Are there many such tiny creatures on the star whence he fled? Many of all shapes and sizes. Then why star too know of war? Differences lead only to conflict. No matter how far thou venturest, thou cannot flee from this truth. No more could I. This fate was inevitable. It must have been. Thou hailst from the star to which our brother fled. Tell me then, does thy home boast with splendid vistas as ours once did? It has wondrous islands that float among the clouds. Oh, I shall never again soar through the clouds, but chance I may bask in the splendor of such isles when next I slumber. That dragon. Does the wonder who lies beneath this veil of ash? It was with this worm at my side that I looked to the skies and saw thy Midgard Soma departing for the great expanse. The machines were already upon us. He called to us, both of us who still lived, and begged us to follow him, that we might find another star and start anew. Alas, most brand him a coward who lacked the fire to defend his home. When he left, it was but with his own axe. The mightiest of the machines gave chase as he fled, to many of my kin's jeering approval. The coward had proven useful, they said. However, some few did wish to follow him. Midgard Summer was wiser and more formidable than most. This they believed. They knew he would forge a better fate when awaited us here. Would that had not been halted by the ferocity of the machine's onslaught in the end. Oh, has my gratitude for coming so far to meet mine old friend. Thy tale means more to us than thou shalt ever know. Return with me now to Rea Tara, who art doubtless eager to away from this ill-favored place. Both rendered solace unto us when we had naught but sorrow. I thank thee, desolate clinging one. Tiny traveler, thou hast traversed the great expanse to stand before me. I ask thee, on thy journey, didst thou find strength? None here have been spared the torment of loss, yet even tragedy comes not in equal measure. Nay, of my kin, the blood-sires feel it most deeply. Eggs crushed before their eyes, hatchlings twisted beyond recognition. They cannot be blamed for turning to madness. One I would have you slay, for mine own power suffices not to end their suffering. She yet wandereth, restless near the ash-choked lake, though naught but poisonous we found there now. was the murder of my children. So long have I been suffering. Thy countenance speaketh volumes, I thank thee. The metal demon struck without warning, beautiful and pitiless as falling stars. We fought, yes, yet for all our savagery we failed to protect the young. What few survived emerged from their eggs disfigured and screaming. Would have fate had taken a different course, we might have welcomed them to its world together and guided them into a brighter future. Midgard's so much children live on. So the young have found their place elsewhere. Our kind shall live on. I'm gladdened to hear not all was in vain. May their path lead thee true, traveler. Come closer, little one. I must ask thee, did the pitiable dragonet meet its end at thy hand? Maybe? For I cannot find in my heart to thank thee, nor shall I admonish thee. The young one would have suffered every living moment, as do we all, though some torments are more easily borne. If thou wouldst prevent further needless suffering, pray seek my sheltered kin at the shallow lake. Ye have wallowed over long in hatred beyond healing. Father of armored dragons. So it is done. I heard his dying cry. His bloodline was the strongest of the armored ones, possessed of carapaces like unto stone. Yet even they were not impervious to the metal fiend's onslaught. It took but one to raise the nest. Even now, its terrible form doth linger in my mind, before a jaws that raven neath a shroud of steel. And to a few who escaped the carnage, life has gifted naught but despair. They yearn for vengeance, for our enemy has long since quit his place. As all has witnessed, they now turn all too quickly to indiscriminate violence. Alas, this only feeds the fires of their guilt, never does it quell them. Nay, I fear only death has that power. A parent's love. Thou canst leave this place. Find my child in my stead, I beg thee. She doubtless once for a mother's warmth, but my kin permitted me not to quit this nest. They feign contrition, but if they truly pitied me, they would allow me to seek my child, who must go and assure me of her safety. The dragonling stares unblinking across the desolate landscape, eyes glassy enough that you cannot be certain she even remains among the living. This cannot be. Thou must have given her a dreadful fright for her to squeeze so, though she has never been fond of strangers. To scream whenever that I must see her myself, if only I could be free from watchful eyes of my consort. But moments ago did I feel his gaze upon me, once so loving yet now so bitterly cold. How he does patronize me. Mine eyes bespeak curiosity. My consort was much the same in times past. Ever desiring to know more, pity changed so. Nevertheless, he would surely divulge much if thou were to speak with him. Or his only seek the least pleasant countenance here. Verily, she was my beloved consort, but she is lost to me now. Thou thought a prodigy didst thou not? Then thou knowest as well as I. That draggling was stripped of all she was by the machines. I recall the battle, the birth of heat and light, her smouldering form. I know not what occurred then, but when I returned to myself she was there. Neither dead nor truly alive, as if imprisoned in her final moments by some cruel deity. And so she has remained ever since. When she found us, my consort broke somewhere deep within. She sees naught beyond her child, though I do not imagine she sees that true. And now she has gone, but now as thence it was inevitable. Though no hope remaineth in my heart, I should like to know what has become of them. The mother lies still, never again to wake. My dear, I shall love until the end of time. The dragonling speaks no more. The mother's consort should be informed of what has happened here. Tis strange, though no stranger than the rest perhaps. Thou couldst not change their fates, yet in learning our tale thou hast come to share my burden, and theirs as well. I thank thee. One quest to do. Overwrought dragon. Hark, the grinding and shuddering of steel bodies. The metal that cometh. The metal has long left. Or hearest not? Mayhaps thy species has not the sensitivity, yet the machines come nevertheless. Seek a bench from which even thou mayest witness their dread approach, then hearken unto my words and flee. No one here. No one but dragons here, forsooth. Yeah. No one but dragons here. Only dragons. No one but dragons. Lord returned. What did Thor care? Nothing but dragons and ashes. Not but dragons, verily. Perhaps Thor speaketh in sooth. That mechanical cacophony plagueth me without cease. Voice thread is clearer now than it has ever been. Should this be naught but mine own fears, return fiercer with each coming? I know not how to quit myself of them. Find strength in your comrades, and together overcome your fears. Thou art strong. Would that my kind had sought what thou hast found. Though there may yet be time, naught can alter history's course. The future awaiteth still. Thank you for well an insight, courageous one. Okay, but that's it for Ultima Thul. And I guess for this episode. Until next time, when we play more, maybe Final Fantasy, maybe something else, we'll see. I'm Mace, and don't get lost.